PS5. So last time you joined me, it was what was it? Oh, just nearly went into a random lobby. Oops. Hopefully it lets me join. Yes, I'm in. Yes. And we are back live again for GP5. And here we go, lap 4. It's going to be, last person we saw was Jag Kings, who's now moved up to P13. Lewis might have had some damage with Fat and Furious by the looks of things. Team Red now as well. What has happened to him? He's down to P8. I'm really sorry about that to everyone. My PS5 is, to say, a joke, really. As Team Red is in. Oh, he's nearly hit the wall. Team Red fast retires from GP5 race, as Doran's in the lead as well. Doran has taken the lead from JDM as sector 1 and 3 yellows. That is probably for Team Red for some reason. It's showing that, as Mark Querty also now, oh yeah, he had full front wing damage, didn't he, from lap 1. So JDM trying to chase down SFR Doran here. Mr. Wheels as well, chasing down P6 with the DRS as well, which was enabled on lap 3. Completely forget that. That was probably why Doran got him past. Oh, very wide goes Kilber. It's not what he wanted to do. As Kilber goes very wide there, and up the inside, he's going to try and go as Mr. Wiggles, but no. He's going to have to back out because he doesn't want to go up the inside there. As sector 1 yellow straight off is Lewis, and into the barriers. For some reason he has got a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits, even though he has spun. Completely not his fault. As there, JDM's up the inside of Doran, and nearly colliding as well. As Doran goes really far back into the final corner. He's backed off a long way, as he's now he's moved down to P2 again. He's moved down a long way as JDM slows down and lets him through. If that's for the DRS, then that is illegal, and he is not allowed to do that, and that can be an easy report for Doran, and I believe a penalty or something along the lines of that for JDM, because that is, what he's done there is illegal, effectively. As heading down now anyway, is going to be JDM back into the lead after letting Doran through, but he's going to go from a long way back there. It's JDM, and he is going to go right nearly off, and that is a long way back for JDM, and he's done it. And that is a brilliant move for JDM, as SFR Doran now gets the toe down the back straight. Okay, so game glitch, is that what happened? Don't worry mate, it happens sometimes. Yeah, I could have guessed really. As here comes Doran, however, down the Hanger straight. What can he do heading into Stowe? He's going to go around the outside, and he's going to take back that lead, as Liam Hendra, I believe, had gotten past us. He went P4, wasn't he? I believe so, and he had a terrible start. Anyway, sorry, I didn't focus on the lead there. I should have focused on the lead, as Doran breezed past. As Oliver, I believe that is. When can we see you back on GP.com, mate? I'm messing. Yeah, anyway, here comes JDM. He is currently P2, chasing down Doran. So, was there an overtake down there? Yeah, big battle with Liam Hendra at the front of it in the Alpine. Anyway, here comes JDM. He's 7/10 behind. Will he go for another adventurous dive into Brooklands? He's not. He looked like he had a little problem there with his little under braking there. Here comes Jag Kings, however, heading through the loop now, and eventually that'll turn into Aintree and the Wellington Straight. Does Vicious Vicar have DRS? No, he doesn't. Let's follow Need for Speed, yeah. Oh my god, I didn't notice that. I thought he was P8 or somewhere like that. But he is P4 for S10 Need for Speed. Welcome to him, as Jag Kings now didn't have enough speed to get past the victory sticker. The pole sitter doesn't have the speed during the race. Maybe his set was designed for clear air and not sit behind other drivers. As S10 Need for Speed, I believe, has spun it, and Need for Speed spins and is P8 from P4, but he is still in a good chance of getting some great points here. As JDM sticks behind Esteban Doran again. He's not doing enough as S10 Need for Speed has been overtaken. Vicious Vicar actually. He's fallen down a long way for some reason. Has he got the corner? No, he hasn't, because he would have got a penalty for that. That is weird. It's Jag Kings, P10, chasing down S10 Need for Speed, who's now in P9. As JTM chases down S10 Doran, down again, 6 tenths behind. What can he do? Heading into Brooklands, can he go for another ridiculous dive from so far back? He breaks a lot later than Doran, but that's a no. And Doran still got to defend here as we are next lap. It should be the pit stop phase, I guess you'd say, as Mark Worthy and Lewis swap positions as well. Lewis gets the DRS as well, and JDM goes really wide there. He's going to pick up a warning for that, as he's now chasing down Doran. He's got the DRS 100%. There's the detection line back there, the line before. Just like the exit, sorry, and they're going really wide, sorry. He was a little grass on his tyres, as you see on the rear. But will he chase down Doran and go for a dive here into Stowe? Yes, he will. And still breaking in the corner. He's going to force Doran, he's going to break again. Why does he keep doing that? As he's going to go around the outside, but he's going to try and get the switch back. He keeps breaking at like weird places to keep that DRS. That is, if there was someone behind him, that's dangerous. The Kilbert up to P5, and Jag King's up to P9 as well with the DRS. But S10 Need for Speed is going to come straight back at him, and he's going to go up to P9 again. Was Jag King's breaking for DRS there? Possibly. He possibly could have been. There's JDM. Don't think he'll have the pace to be near him. To be near the S10 Doran is their spinner. It's going to be S10 Need for Speed. Has he collided with Jag Kings possibly? As he's now down to P12 after 2 spins in this race. Unlucky for him, as Doran has been overtaken by JDM once again down that back straight. But will he break again? As he's weaving really a lot there. He's not weaved as much now. Hilbert's trying to get past Mr. Wiggles as well. Doran versus JDM. Will JDM give up the DRS? Yes, he will again. That is dangerous. It's not what he should be doing, and that will definitely be a penalty, as that is completely and utterly obvious by JDM. And he's going to give S10 the time in a minute, and the DRS. As he's going to try and get past Doran, and he will get past Doran with that DRS that he got from Doran. After Doran didn't decide to brake, and JDM did, and Lewis again spinning that turn 1, and there into the pits is JDM. Speaking of, and S10 is up to P2, and JDM is into the pits, and he will stay. He'll drop down a couple of positions. Kilbert is P5 currently. He's got past Mr. Wiggles again. Really impressive by Kilbert. He's going to dive up the inside. Is Mr. Wiggles? No, he's not. Liam Hendra right behind the pair of them. These two battling have really helped them, as S10 Magic up to P3 as well now. So JDM drops down to P5, P6, P7, P8 and P9 in this race. P10 even. Yes, it will be P10, maybe even P11 if he's unlucky enough. But S10 now, crucially, nearly in a second of his teammate. These two could work together through the rest of this race, as Nate Lewis off again and spinning and lighting up his tyres again. He shouldn't. Yeah, and Need for Speed into the pits as well. Maybe that was why he was spinning, as I believe Lewis will become the first one to be lapped in this race. As yeah, he has. He's been really unlucky as Lewis. But anyway, here comes Doran. He's given his teammate the DRS, which could help them pull away from JDM, which they want to do, considering they're top of the Constructors Championship. and Doran, after spinning last time, his teammate, after these two were next to each other, and into the pits comes Doran, and Lewis has been left, and Doran's got a 5-second penalty! And Doran has a 5-second penalty, and JDM's gone for the one stop, I believe, as he is into the pits, setting a paper sector 2. Not into the pits, sorry. Doran's into the pits, but JDM set a paper sector 2. The long pit lane in Silverstone really not helping Doran, but Doran is going to be out. Did he have to change his front wing, or was that someone coming into the pits behind him? Yes, it was Liam Hendry who was having to change his front wing. Gilbert is telling hold soft, so he's into the top 10. Where will JDM come out though? He will come out just ahead of Doran. These two are going to be so close though, as no, JDM has actually sped up a little bit into the distance, but Doran will need to really chase him down now. 2 seconds off him as well, and Liam Hendry is for opposition. Liam's into the pits as Lewis is behind the bay, and will be behind S10 Magic, and the two championship leaders are in 1 and 2 in the order they are in the championship as well. And why is Liam in the pits so slow? Is he just not leaving? Is this a game glitch possibly? Oh, he's... So, I think he may have spun it in the pits, because that is a weird glitch to have. I believe Kefu had that in qualifying. And here comes Gilbert though, he's going to try and steal back that P3. That was taken from him last lap. Earlier in the lap, sorry, as Mr. Wiggles who's braking his car, wiggling. Sandbag is up in front again. As into the pits comes S10 Bay. He is onto the mediums. So will Maggi go for the softs at the end of the race possibly? 10 laps they can do, or 11 laps possibly the softs. As into the pits comes Gilbert as well. So JDM is going to lead this race, and he'll be followed by the. Sorry, he's effectively in the lead. As I'll just check that interval to leader. Yes, he will 100% be in the lead. Unless he spins it now, but the Vicious Vicar might even have a little go at him here, as he has the DRS through that detection zone, but a little too slow out of the route to have a go here. But Talbot at sector 3 yellows again, and that is Lewis spinning at tops again, and yeah, it's been really unlucky for Lewis today, as he has let S10 Magic through. And he has been lapped again. Unlucky for Lewis. He had one of the best days. I believe he had made contact early on in the race, and yeah, he also spun in qualifying. He doesn't like subspin either, as he's in AI mode. I think he may be pitting, but Fat and Furious, speaking of pitting, is into the pits, is Fat and Furious. Anyway, will Magic hit? No, he won't by the looks of things. Will Lewis? Lewis is in AI. Anyway. Jag King's looking to get past Kefu. Will Jag King's even pit? Yes, he will. So Jag King's into the pits. JDM chasing down Kefu here. Oh, and Doran nearly into the back of the Vicious Vicar there, and he's going to drop down a little bit more now to JDM as well. As you can just see JDM's car heading into turn 1 there, and S10 Bay not too far behind the pair of them either. He's only 1.5 seconds off him, considering he was quite close behind them when Doran pitted originally. Anyway, Vicious Vicar, however, currently P5, but still has to pit. Same for Talbanham, who's P8. Gilbert doesn't have to pit though, he is P9. Gilbert's looking really good this race, as Vicious Vicar and Doran heading side by side through Brooklands and Luffield. No, they're not going to head side by side through Luffield though. And yeah, heading down the main straight now is Vicious Vicar. Anyway, Vicious Vicar still P6, he'll have DRS, but the Bear will also have DRS as they head into Margaret and Beckett's now. A lot of that inside curb used for Vicious Vicar. Kefu now, he's going to get past Mr. Wiggles into Stowe. Will these two hold off JDM enough for S10-GP5-Round, who's now 3 seconds near enough off of JDM, the person he was battling at the start of this race when I joined back again. As the Bear and Mrs. Vicker going side by side, round the outside goes the Bear into Club, and a nice overtake by the Bear as he moves up to P6, and I believe that should be P3 in race as Maggi, Kefu and Mr. Wiggles need to pit. So yes, it should be P3. Vicker still in DRS, he might have a little go actually. Unless he has not the greatest exit. I don't believe he has the greatest exit out of loop, and yeah, he might have a go here, possibly, if he's close enough, but no, he's not. He's a little bit wide there again. Anyway, Mr. Wiggles, he's going to have a go at Kefu now. Surely he'll have a go at Kefu as well. Both on medium tyres, both 13 lap old, possibly 14 lap old. As is that Maggi into the pits? No, it's going to be Mark Quirty into the pits, and his 10 laps old soft are over. And there is that a spin for Jag Kings? Yes, it is. It's another spin for Jag Kings. New mediums, not the best for him by the looks of things. As S10 Maggi 12 seconds up, still quite far up, and Fat and Furious into the pits, and Kefu's into the pits. Sorry, no, Mark Quirty into the pits. Fat and Furious up in position. As there, Lewis is off again. Has he collided with the barrier possibly? And he's going to spin again. And anyway, JDM with the fastest lap again. S10 into P4 now. He's going to try and chase down JDM as quick as possible. Bear in mind, JDM has got a possible penalty for breaking for DRS multiple times, or caught on the stream if you go back earlier, and Lewis has retired after a not so great race for him, but still he's been unlucky really, and he will retire and become our 4th retiree today, as Liam Hendricks retired. I didn't know stuff. And Doran still, and JDM gets past Mr. Wiggles here. Mr. Wiggles might be doing a JDM tactic of getting the DRS and getting past him on the next straight. As who pit? There was 3 in the top 3, and yeah, it was Kilbert, wasn't it? He pit, and that was it. So JDM back into the podium positions and back into P2. He just needs to chase down Maggi now for that lead, but will Mr. Wiggles, who now gets a 3-second time penalty, get past them as quick as possible again and try and fight back. But Doran closing in on JDM as well. So JDM was stuck behind Mr. Wiggles a little bit and couldn't get past. As Mr. Vicker finally pits, and I believe it should be time for the softs for the medium runners. So they could be making a late charge, could be Maggi, or Mr. Wiggles, or even Telbanham. What's the penalty? I don't know if it could be. I don't know if it's a penalty or just like a warning or a qualifying ban, but he did brake about 5 times to get the DRS on Doran, just multiple times, just around this area. He's letting through, and especially near the end of the track as well, end of the lap, and he'd let him through, get DRS, overtake him, let him through, and it's a big cycle. I don't know if that is penalty worthy, but it might be, I don't know. But anyway, Doran within a second of Mr. Wiggles, who's just fell out of a second, and there we go, an 8-second time penalty now for Doran. If he got a 5-second speeding. What's the time penalties for the? I currently can't see because of the it ends for me. So I'll just get that up now if I can. And yeah, so GP5. Okay, so Doran currently P3, past Mr. Wiggles now, who has pit, and JDM 2 seconds off.